Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Season 2 of the Prep NFL Podcast. Jack McGroarty here with Tommy Repici. And, starting week 2, couldn't be with you last week due to technical difficulties, but we're here now. And, great first week of NFL football. A lot of great games, great storylines. So, just jump right in, Tommy. One game that stood out to you.
I'm going to kick us off on Thursday Night Football, the Cowboys versus the Eagles. The Eagles won 24-20. And for everyone, it was a closer game than everyone thought. The defense looked very shaky for the Eagles in the first half, especially after Jalen Carter got ejected 6 seconds into the game.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. That was horrible from just a team and a morale standpoint. One of your leaders, Jalen Carter, you really can't be ejected first game of the season before play starts. Mm-hmm. It really, especially after Ben Van Sumeren tore his ACL, it just wasn't the start they were looking for, and I think it really affected their play in the start of that game, and the Cowboys jumped out to an early lead.
Javonte Williams took advantage of it in the Cowboys, and 54 yards rushing, 2 TDs early for him.
Yeah, the rush defense was horrible.
Yeah, the Cowboys just kind of killed us on the ground. We had no rushing it.
And I wouldn't even say that Dak played amazing. I'd say just the defense overall was very mediocre, especially in the first half. They couldn't get stopped for anything. But even Adoree Jackson, new to the team this year, he kind of got fried all game. Passing rating against of 113.7, which is pretty horrible. Yeah.
And also, last thing on the Cowboys, then we'll go into the Eagles. CeeDee Lamb, 3 drops at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Cowboys could have easily won.
Because they would have won that game.
Yeah, the Cowboys would have won this game if he made those catches, which he usually will make those catches too.
Yeah. Yeah, just not a great performance from the Eagles defense, but I do think that the offense played well, even though there were struggles. I think Hurst played a really well game. Yeah. And obviously, it's not going to show up on the stats.
Well, last year, at the beginning of the last season, his problem was decision-making, throwing a lot of interceptions, fumbling the ball.
Yeah,
and he had a very clean game. And although he didn't pass those wide receivers at all, really, A.J. Brown had 1 catch in the fourth quarter, and Devontae Smith had 2, maybe 3.
It was mostly Dallas Goedert.
Yeah. And then Saquon out of the backfield.
Yeah. I just think it was a pretty clean, not necessarily explosive, but a clean game overall from the offense, so... Not too much to complain about from there, but I wouldn't say that they really lived up to what people thought they would be, being reigning world champions. Yeah. Moving on, though. Steelers and Jets, a great game, 34-32. Aaron Rodgers, game-winning drive. He looked really good on his new team, 22 for 30.
The whole game, yeah. DK Metcalf coming on the Steelers this year. 4 receptions, 83 yards. It's just a very good stat line. Yeah, especially with a new quarterback, too.
Yeah, both quarterbacks actually looked really well. Justin Fields, 16 for 22, 218 yards, a passing touchdown, and 48 rush yards. It's one of the better games I think I've ever seen him play in the NFL.
Fields, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Steelers last year when he was on them, Justin Fields, he was mediocre. He looked like he was not that great on the Bears. We can both agree on that.
No, definitely.
And last year on the Steelers, he looked mediocre before he got benched, and who knows what we can see out of him this year.
Yeah, he looked extremely comfortable in that offense. And I don't know if you mentioned it, but Garrett Wilson, who a lot of people were really low on this year, had a great game. 7 receptions, 95 yards, and a touchdown. The offense was really smooth, and I think this told us a lot more about the Jets than it did about the Steelers.
Yeah, and for the Jets, too, Justin Fields, he's never had a wide receiver like Garrett Wilson. He had George Pickens. It's probably his best wide receiver he's ever had. And
he didn't even play that entire year, He kind of had Russell Wilson in the back of his mind. They had all those issues last year.
So this could be the best offense Justin Fields will play under so far in his career, by far.
Yeah, but just a very surprising game overall because I didn't expect either of these teams to look as good as they did. Aaron Rodgers, his best game in 2 or 3 years, probably. And it makes you wonder how good these teams might be. I didn't think that the Steelers had a shot to do anything this year. I didn't think DK Metcalf was going to mesh well. Obviously, the defenses didn't play great.
Yeah.
But it was a great offensive showing on both for both teams, and it's actually exciting to see what they could do this year.
Especially the Jets. Maybe they could finally make the playoffs.
Yeah, especially the Jets. Besides that, though, Colts-Dolphins was a very surprising game. Colts won blowout fashion, 33-8, and yeah, Daniel Jones had a great game, but I think my biggest takeaway is that
Yeah, the Dolphins are not a good team this year.
that the Dolphins are horrible.
I mean, Tua played horrible. 114 yards, 2 interceptions, a fumble, and
a passer rating of 51.7.
He had 1 touchdown, but that's it. And
honestly, it's almost like debatable whether he should retire or not.
Especially with all of his concussions too.
Yeah. And like even listening to him, I don't know if you saw the press conference after the game. Reporter asked, I forgot what the exact quote was, but it was something along the lines of like what's going like when Tua turns the ball over, he turns the ball over in bunches, and he kind of like got extremely defensive and like blame shifted, and I really don't think that's what a quarterback in the NFL should be doing.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
For the Daniel Jones looked really good. You already mentioned that. Tyler Warren, first game from out of Penn State.
Like he might be the number 1 target.
He looked really good. I mean, you can see him being the new Brock Bowers or the new Sam Laporta from 2 years ago. He's probably the best tight end out of this.
It seems like we've had a lot of really good rookie tight ends, right? It might be Warren this year. Last year was Bowers. Year before was Laporta. Yeah, so it's very interesting seeing that kind of like a revival at the tight end position. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And Pittman looked really good too. The whole offense for the
they really did. Taylor had a great game. Yeah, just that Daniel Jones performance. Again, that's probably the best game I've seen Daniel Jones play in the NFL. 272 yards, a touchdown, and a passer rating of 115. I've never seen him do anything like that, and I think he's had better offenses on the Giants.
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah. I mean, he had Neighbors last year, and that's better than any wide receiver that you
previous years. He had Slayton, Saquon, what's his name? Kadarius Toney. Obviously, that really panned out, but he definitely had some serviceable teams on the Giants, and this was his most complete game. And it kind of makes you wonder, if this will continue or not. It'll be very interesting to see if it was a fluke.
Yeah, I mean, Dolphins are definitely not going to be good, but they blew out the Dolphins, which is what any good team in the NFL would do.
Yeah, the Dolphins might be the worst team in the NFL this year. Yeah. Just going off week 1, obviously things change. Mm-hmm. But one thing I wanted to bring up, it reminds me a lot of Sam Darnold in Minnesota last year. Yeah. Who really just revived his career. Mm-hmm. Obviously, towards the back end, trailed off. But.
I mean, both of us last year, we both thought that it's been fluke game after fluke game for Sam Darnold.
And he just kept winning.
It wasn't. He kept winning.
Yeah.
So this year, looking at Aaron Jones or Daniel Jones, we may think it's different. Maybe he's actually going to start something.
Because I remember, obviously, when we were preparing for week 1 before we had to cancel that episode, I was planning on talking about how bad the Colts quarterback room was and how they shouldn't have given up on Anthony Richardson, how Daniel Jones is not the answer, how Riley Leonard, 5th-round pick at Notre Dame, might get action this year, and completely changes that narrative. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what continues with the Colts, going forward in this year, right?
Yeah. Then to our last game of the week, game of the year maybe even, the Bills coming back against the Ravens, 41-40, with Prater hitting the game-winning kick. Start with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry played the best game of his life, but also the worst game of his life. Think about it. He had 182 total yards, 2 touchdowns, but in critical time where they needed to just get first downs, he fumbled on their side of the field, and it led the Bills to win the game.
Yeah, he looked very dominant, though.
Yeah, he looked great.
Yeah, the Bills could not tackle him, and I wonder if it says more about the Bills' rush defense and what that could look like this year, or the Ravens' O-line, or Derrick Henry himself. Yeah. Obviously, it's hard to tell because it's week 1.
Yeah.
But definitely, he was insanely dominant.
Yeah, he was stiff-arming everything. Awesome. Yeah. Looked like his normal self. Bills were down 15. Lamar played really well, too. Yeah. Lamar played really well.
Both quarterbacks did.
He had a really nice pass to DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
And that's when I thought there's no way the Bills can come back, but they did.
Yeah. No, well, Josh Allen, near 400 passing yards, I think 2 on the ground, 2 through the air, touchdown-wise. He was lights out. Yeah, it was especially insane. In the comeback.
How about
it's pretty special to watch.
Keon Coleman, too, last year from rookie out of Florida State.
Yeah.
Not had the greatest rookie year. Everyone was down on him. This year he comes out and has takes on the wide receiver
I
run.
was
Has
very
like
high on him this
7
year.
receptions that ends
Obviously,
it.
can't prove that, but
The tip ends the end zone or this touchdown at the end where they tipped it up and he got it. Just good awareness.
Yeah, he looked really good, and I think he looked like the player that the Bills thought he would be when selected him. 33rd overall. I want to say first pick of the second round.
And,
but because people didn't know if it was gonna be him or Shakir.
Shakir had a really good game too.
No.
They both played really well. Cook, people were really down on Cook this year for the Bills. He had a pretty good game, I'd say, out of the backfield.
Yeah, no, I think both these teams are pretty good though, and they're gonna have a shot to compete for something.
You think is this the best offense
That the Bills
the Bills have ever had? You think under Josh Allen?
Like
under Josh Allen.
When you go talent wise, you almost you want to say no. Like you look back to those 2021, 2022 teams with Diggs and Beasley, Gabe Davis.
Yeah, that team was unstoppable.
Dalton Kincaid, still on the team, but who's the running back those years? I think it was James Cook too.
It was like Singletary, maybe.
Oh yeah, it was Singletary.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have been. I honestly, I'm not gonna say it is, but
could this be the Bills' year? You think?
With how the AFC looked, besides the Ravens, obviously week 1 we don't want to overreact, even though we do. Chiefs obviously didn't look great.
The Bengals looked really bad.
Bengals did not look good at all. Yeah. We'll talk about that later. Chargers, they look good, but besides the Ravens, I'm seeing these two teams as the two top dogs for sure in the AFC.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas in the NFC this week, I think it was a lot the Packers had a great game.
Yeah, the NFC's up for grabs.
Definitely.
I think definitely because the Eagles, Super Bowl champs, they're
obviously they're
gonna be good. Yeah. Cowboys didn't even look bad. Who knows where the Cowboys?
They really didn't. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So so those are our games of the week there, but now we'll get into some after week 1 power rankings. Really early for this, but we got the Bills at 1, the Eagles at 2, Ravens at 3, the Packers at 4, Chargers at 5, the Rams at 6, Chiefs at 7, Vikings at 8, Lions at 9, and to round it off, the Colts
at 10. Yeah. The one thing I want to comment on this, the Packers at 4. Michael Parsons played really well his first game, and that defense shut down a really good Lions offense.
Yeah. Goff did not look well.
Goff played really bad. Yeah. Gibbs did not play great. Amon-Ra St. Brown had maybe 3 or 4 catches. It was very limited. And the Packers played really well. I mean, it's the best you're going to see from Packers defense.
Yeah, the entire offense just looked dysfunctional. It was pretty hard to watch, especially for a team that has such high expectations and, that a lot of people think have had the talent to get it done, and they just haven't been able to over the past few years. And, it's kind of, it begs the question if their window is closed to go win a championship. Yeah. Another thing in there, Chiefs at 7, right behind the Rams. I think the Rams had a pretty good game.
Really good game.
Because I think that the Texans are actually going to be solid.
They are always solid the past 3 years.
Yeah, and C.J. Stroud didn't even play great, but I thought that their defense was really good. I think both defenses played really well in that game.
Yeah, and then also with the Chiefs, they had a tight loss, but of course Xavier Worthy getting hurt them. But I think once Rashee Rice comes back, and after week 7, and Worthy comes back, I mean the Chiefs' offense can be back to how they used to be.
Yeah, because this is definitely the worst roster Patrick Mahomes had in the NFL. Yeah. So so those are the power rankings right now, and then really early MVP rankings. We have Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and then Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
There.
I mean, really 1 and 2, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, obvious number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
They've been in our top 3 throughout the whole last year. And Aaron Rodgers, the 3 spots up for grabs right now, but Aaron Rodgers had the best week 1 out of any other quarterback we think besides Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Yeah. He played really, really good.
Yeah, he could have and we know what Aaron Rodgers can he is one of the most talented arms ever in the NFL. So, if he has if DK Metcalf is legit and if they can run the ball and protect him because he is old.
Yeah.
Then they could make a run and he could actually have one of his better seasons. It was not too long ago, 3 years that he went back-to-back MVPs, 2021, 2022?
I'll check real fast.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think it was just 3 years ago, and people forget that because, once the Jets got hurt, rough year last year, but it was also, a lot of problems going on in the Jets last year in management.
He won the MVP in 2020, 2021, which
just
is only
4 years ago.
4 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, so he definitely still has it in him. So, at least I think he does.
Yeah, I think he does. Too.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see.
Surprising things this week. The Jets, they can make some noise this year, I think. I mean, Fields played really, really good. Garrett Wilson played really good. That offense played really good. If their defense can figure it out and buckle down a little, I think they can maybe make the playoffs for the first time in forever.
Obviously, I don't know if they have any shot at all at the division. Kind of crazy to say that after week 1, but we know how dominant the Bills are. But then you look at the rest of that division, obviously Dolphins, we think are going to be horrible.
Yeah.
Patriots didn't look great. So there's definitely opportunity in the AFC, and we said it earlier with the way that we saw that offense run and Justin Fields play.
Yeah, Justin Fields, I still think that's the best game I've ever seen him play.
No, definitely. It's hard to stop talking about it.
Do you think it could be? It is against his former team who benched him too. We have to bring that into account. Like he could have been part of that too, like how he played.
Yeah.
Because his team, that is the team that did bench him last year, that he just played against week 1.
Yeah.
Which is trying to show something.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. Out of college, he had the potential. Coming out of Georgia, obviously very, very highly regarded player, and obviously never really panned out with the Bears, and it's kind of been some unfortunate luck for him as well. So maybe maybe this is the situation where he can finally
thrive.
Yeah, exactly. And then teams wise, we just thought that the Broncos and the Bengals definitely underperformed this week, even though they both won.
Yeah, I mean the Broncos, their offense did not look that great at all.
No,
and their defense wasn't bad. What, they gave up 20 points maybe?
Yeah, but
12 points. They still won, but
the Titans were in position to win that game against Cam Ward making his first start in the NFL. And to talk about him for a second, stat line may not have been great. I think that he looked really good. He made some pretty legit NFL passes.
Yeah, I agree. And then go to the Bengals. I mean, that offense, I watched that whole game. Jamar Chase had 2 receptions, and that's just not what you should be doing as the Bengals offense. Like, Joe Burrow has to get the ball to his receivers if they want to be good this year. They beat the Browns by 1 point. The Cleveland Browns, they beat by 1 point. And Chase Brown did not have a bad game, not a great game.
And the Cleveland Browns were what a lot of people thought to be the worst team in the NFL this year. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. The Bengals are supposed to be really good. They're supposed to be like the best offense in the NFL, and we saw them come out.
They do start slow typically, but it was just it was a rough game. Like I mean, they were making Flacco look half decent too.
Yeah.
And that quarterback room's a disaster as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you put that Bengals team up against the Bills that week 1, it would have been a blowout, I think.
Yeah.
It would have been horrible.
You have to wonder, like...
Did they underlook the Browns, you think?
Yeah, but, like, what is Joe Burrow doing not getting the ball to...
Jamar Chase. Especially when it's a close game, too. Like, run, like, some touch pass or something just to get your best player the ball on offense.
I feel like, because even T. Higgins wasn't... I want to say he had 3 receptions, maybe. Yeah. So, that entire offense was just extremely dysfunctional. Gesicki might have had the best receiving game.
Yeah, Noah Fant.
Oh, yeah, Noah Fant.
Noah Fant had 4 receptions for 26 yards. Jamar Chase had 2 receptions for 26 yards. And T. Higgins had 3 for 33. Yeah. So, Joe Burrow definitely not playing his best game.
No.
At all. Only having 113 pass yards against the Browns.
And people will look at his stat line and completely ignore it, and they'll look at Jalen Hurts' stat line.
Yeah.
And say that he can't throw the football. So it's a really interesting point that Joe, he definitely seems to struggle early in the season, but to this extent, I don't know. It was a win, and they're going to be happy with that, but I was not impressed whatsoever.
I mean, think about it. Also, Joe Burrow, got outscored in everything by Joe Flacco. 31 for 35 was Joe Flacco's attempts
That's
compared
a
to
great game, by the way.
14 to 23. Joe Burrow 113 yards compared to 290 yards from Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
And the only thing that Joe Burrow did better in was not turning the ball over with Joe Flacco's 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that final interception is the only reason. Like, honestly, the Bengals deserved to lose this game. I think it was the lack of experience and just pure skill that ultimately took it from the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
But then I not impressed at all. Broncos wasn't as bad, but we think that was definitely a game that should have been won handily. Yeah.
Going into our last segment of the week, we're going into our preview for next week, and the game we have circled is the Super Bowl rematch, Eagles versus Chiefs. This is going to be an interesting game, I think. I mean, you never know how Patrick Mahomes is going to come out. Yes, it's not the Chiefs' best offense that they're going to have, but who knows how Patrick Mahomes comes out with Hollywood Brown even stepped up, and Patrick Mahomes' legs, and Travis Kelce can have a good game. Like, you never know.
You really can't rule them out, and they didn't look great, but we said it earlier, neither did the Eagles.
Yeah.
And I saw something earlier on Instagram. Patrick Mahomes has never lost 3 straight games since he came in the NFL 8 years ago. Obviously, Super Bowl week 1.
Yeah.
This would be his 3rd. So, definitely, these may not be the best 2 teams in the NFL this year, but this is a really, really interesting game, a really good game.
And I want to see how A.J. Brown responds to having 1 reception, 1 target last week, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how when he doesn't get what he wants, he's I wouldn't say like a cancer to the locker room, but he does complain a lot.
Yeah, no,
and I could see him complaining last week, like, get me the ball, it hurts. I mean, he's our second best player on offense.
I want to
best
blame
receiver.
it on Petula though. I didn't love what he was doing.
No, neither did I.
A lot of mirror concept stuff.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's the cat. Like, you just had to let the ball go at one point. So they dagger, try and get ahead.
Yeah, there was not a lot of shots taken. Obviously, that one go route to Jahan Dotson.
Yeah.
I want to say late in the 3rd quarter.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Petullo, he's playing right now. I don't like how he's running our offense. He's just being really
very conservative.
Conservative,
game.
Really conservative.
Very conservative. And I would contribute that more to AJ not getting the ball.
Yeah.
I think this week they have to get him involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you can't be conservative against a good defense either, because you're not going to get anywhere with that. You just need to play better offense.
And honestly, I feel like that's when the Eagles struggle, is when A.J. Brown doesn't really make an impact on the game.
I mean, when A.J. Brown doesn't get the ball, then Saquon, you saw it at the end of the game, Saquon Barkley doesn't get anywhere, because you need to key in on different guys in the game and just spread the ball around more, because that's how you thrive on offense.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest storyline of this game is what the wide receiver play is going to look like from both sides. Obviously, Hollywood Brown's going to be the main guy this week, besides Travis Kelce.
See how Adoree Jackson responds too.
Definitely.
He's not going to have no matter who he goes up against on that Chiefs offense, he's not going to have a good match. Like, he should have the better matchup, and he should respond well, I think.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Jalen Carter, hopefully he plays well too.
Yeah, because obviously DeJean is in the slot. Quignon's your one guy.
Mm-hmm.
But, so it really comes down to Adoree Jackson or Jacorian Bennett, the young guy they traded for right before the season started from the Raiders. Gave away Thomas Booker the 4th. Backup D tackle. But, I think Sirianni said that they had a pretty big battle in camp. And obviously Adoree Jackson won it. And he said this week he's sticking with them. It was his first game with the team. But I think this is an important week for him, like you said.
Yeah. Important game for both the Chiefs and the Eagles. Of course, the Chiefs don't want to start 0-2.
No.
And the Eagles have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL and cannot afford to lose to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Because the Commanders are also going to be good this year.
Mm-hmm.
And like we just said, even the
who knows how
the Cowboys are bad.
Yeah. And then our new segment we have this week called the Upset Watch. We're going to do the Bills versus the Jets. I really think the Jets can upset the Bills. I mean, with how Justin Fields has been playing, and I don't know, the Bills came off a really good Week 1 win. They're not going to be as hungry as the Jets will be, who just lost by 2 points,
And it's crazy because we just hyped the Bills up so much for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
But Jets are at home in this game. Just lost at home to the Steelers. and I think that they believe they deserve to have won that game last week, and I think they're going to come out strong, just like you said.
Mhm.
I think that they're going to have fire in their stomachs, and I really do think that it is possible for them to win that game. They just need to play really sound
defense. Their defense needs to pick up. If their defense plays like how they did against the Steelers, they're 95% chance they're going to lose.
And Fields can't turn the ball over.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But also, the Bills' defense did not play awful either. Yeah, they did not play good. Besides the end of that game against the Ravens, but it is the Ravens compared to the Jets we're talking to. Like, who knows how this Bills defense is going to come out?
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you. I'd say that this is one you should definitely watch out for, because not a lot of people are expecting it, but I really do think that this Jets team,
they have a shot. It's a really good Bills team.
Like, they could be legit this year, as we've been saying, and if Fields plays well, the run game is as strong as it was this week. Brees Hall had a great game. The O-line looked great. Everything on the offense looked great. Obviously, it did for the Bills as well. But, yeah, the Jets are at home, and I really wouldn't be too surprised if they, shocked the world and pulled that one out this week.
Also, if the Jets do pull this upset off, think about it. They play the Dolphins, Dolphins we've been saying is a bad team.
Yeah.
Then the Broncos, who aren't bad, but you still, they have a shot. And then it goes into the Bengals, the Patriots, the Falcons, the Jaguars. I mean, they don't have that hard of a schedule. The Buccaneers could be a hard game. Then they play the Panthers, the Browns.
Who looked horrible, the Panthers.
Their next big game is against the Ravens, November 23rd, I think.
Yeah.
So, they have a really favorable schedule this year, especially compared to other NFL teams like the Bills.
That's a really good point. Yeah, because they have now, what's the streak up to? 14 years they haven't made the playoffs?
I think so,
I want to say. Yeah, and they've had opportunities in the past few years. But, yeah, so great week of NFL football in week 2. And,
we're excited.
Yeah, we're excited. It looks like it's going to be a really fun, a really great season. Maybe it is the year that the Bills get it done. And right before we end off, obviously, first episode of the year, give me your Super Bowl prediction and your winner.
All right, so I have to go. My Eagles, I think they can go back-to-back. Although they don't, I'll do the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be the Eagles versus the Bills. And I think the Bills are going to win this year. The Bills, they look like the best team week 1, and it's hard just to count them out this early on.
Yeah, I agree.
And especially never winning a Super Bowl, I think this could be the Bills' year to win the first Super Bowl. And I just don't think the Eagles have the team right now, as we saw from week 1, to go back-to-back, especially against the Bills.
Coincidentally,
what do you think?
I think the Bills will also win the Super Bowl. I think this is the year. However, I have the Packers coming out of the NFC.
Really?
They looked really strong this week. The defense was stout, and Jordan Love's never really had that. This year he does. Obviously, the weapons are there with Matt Golden, Jaden Reed, and if he has a good year, I really do think they have a shot. But, yeah, I think that the Bills are going to get it done this year.
I mean, how many more chances do you think the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens are going to get coming up in, the future? I mean,
honestly,
they're good. Josh Allen's getting old.
My hot take is Lamar Jackson will never win a Super Bowl.
Will never?
No. I don't think every playoff performance he has ever had has been horrible.
Yeah. I mean, do you see him as a leader for the... You think he's a leader in, the...
I mean,
don't
no.
think he is.
I think he is, but it's almost to a point where his playoff performances are so bad that I just don't know if he'll ever be able to rally a group of guys and, get it done in January and February. Yeah. So...
Yeah.
But that is going to do it. That is going to wrap it up for us here. Prep NFL Podcast, Week 2 of the NFL. Thank you, and we are ready for a really good season.